created another universe and founded paradise. For I...
Hello everybody, and welcome to, well, I'm still in the middle of editing my other ones, but welcome to part 5, I think, of this series. So I need to do these quests. So let's start by doing these. As we landed before, we finished the one of the quests for the interlude chapter. However, I still need to find where did the spirit stone descend, which I don't even know what that one is, since I don't see it here in any of these. What I think it might be one of these. Thought it would be Yalin, but Yalin's not unlocked until I actually complete it. Same with all of these. And these don't really connect to the chasm either. And these ones aren't it either. Oh, I can do these now. These two were locked. Yeah, other than that, I don't know what this quest is. Just yet. Anyway, let's begin our adventure by starting off doing the daily quests for October 31st. Or November 1st, because it's already the daily reset. What? Ah. Right now I'm confused. What is this? Oh. Hello. Oh, they're immune to...
Stabilize. I will have order.
Odds reveal.
Gather.
Fate is upon you. Lowest blend.
There we go. Okay, that was sort of a weird quest. I've never done that before, so it was kind of weird to me. Again, I haven't really explored much of Inazuma as I should have.
Going somewhere?
Oh wow, that actually hurts. Oh! Oh! Oh god. I almost destroyed the boat. It does regenerate, but still. Keep forgetting I put new artifacts on officials, so her damage is really low. Plus her bow isn't fully equipped either. This might take a while. All right. This used to be quick because I usually would do 1,000 damage, but now this is taking forever. So I'm gonna bother. Okay.
Barbados, got this.
I don't even have to do this.
Solidify!
Let's play!
Alright, good enough. This one again. I did this yesterday. It's pretty simple. Whoa. I'm noticing that even the Nvidia servers are having issues. Because normally I would get 100 ping. No matter what. But I'm getting 140 instead. So I'm wondering. So apparently Phoenix's servers are slower than Los Angeles, which is weird, but I'm not gonna complain because I'm still playing the game. It just feels really choppy right now, way choppier than it did in the first long play. Technically speaking, this is the second video I record of the long play. The other one was 4 hours long. As I said at the end, it was a 4.5 hour long video recording. And I cut into parts because who wants to watch a 4.5 minute video? Oh my god, Sumeru. Inazuma's quest is so much longer in terms of going places. Rum.
Okay.
Oh my god. This is what I mean. Just back and forth. Alright. Man. Man, all the characters are done for. Anyway, I accidentally did do like literally one thing in the quest. No, it's just like I was entering. Oh, I almost forgot. Oh, why did I click that? I was okay.
glad Astra... Thank you for
In any case, I only did a little bit of the quest. It's only like the one thing it tells it to do. So we're gonna do this, and now we're starting the Sumeru quest. Even though I've been here already a lot, and I've been in the desert. Technically, I haven't. I just entered Sumeru. The Sumeru.
Huh? She just walked near that small waterfall and then suddenly vanished. Paimon thought this cave would lead to a village or something, but it looks like that's not the case. Look, she's sitting over there. Wait, she couldn't possibly be living here, could she? What should we do now? Do we try asking her for directions again? It looks like she's meditating or something. If we bother her now, she probably wouldn't let us off very lightly. Oh! What a lovely smell! It's coming from that sensor over there. This is definitely not your typical place to call home, but at least it
Sensor.
smells nice. Maybe living here wouldn't be too bad after all.
Well, that's the first time she talks like this.
Huh? What's the matter? You don't look too good. What? Is the smell making you feel sick? Strange. Paimon doesn't feel anything.
Oh.
What's happening? Traveler? This is no time for a nap. Oh, come on, wake up.
Well, that's what I get for following someone strange. Oh. I can't sprint. My E, my Q, my 1, 2, 3, 4 don't do anything. My clicking doesn't do anything. What? I can't jump? Whoa. No wing glider, I guess. Oh. I teleported again. Oh. I like how my wind rider is just there. My wind retainer, sorry. I think that's what they call a cloud retainer. Whoa. Now granted, this is literally my first playthrough of the event. I haven't seen any spoilers. I may have heard them, but I forgot them by now. The only thing I know is like the trailers. A little bit of the trailers even. I haven't watched the entire trailer. That's what I get for watching Genshin shorts.
Are you sure it's not serious? The Traveler's been out for a long time now.
Yes, you can relax. Believe me, Master is extremely knowledgeable. If he says that she's going to be alright, then there's absolutely nothing to worry about.
What's her name again? Colette?
Oh, are you awake now?
Oh, thank goodness! Traveler, you're finally awake!
Is that her name? Colette?
Well, we're at... Good question. Where are we? Paimon was in such a panic when you passed out that she even forgot to ask what place this is.
This is Gandharvaville. It was originally built by scholars from Sumeru as a place to rest in the rainforest. Now it's mainly used by the forest rangers as a base of operations. My name is Kale. I'm a trainee
Kale.
forest ranger. My master and I found you passed out during our patrol, so we brought you here. Oh, no thanks are necessary. I didn't do anything really. By the way, how are you feeling now? Any discomfort? Oh, that's Master's herbal medicine you're tasting. He gave you some while you were unconscious. Before I forget, Master mentioned you should take more medicine once you wake up.
Why do I feel it's gonna be a funny interaction here?
Whoops!
Oh.
Kale, what's the matter? Were you trying to retrieve the medicine? As I've already told you, you must be careful with these. All right, I'll get it for you once I'm finished here.
Tagnari? I think that's how you say it? Tagnari?
Sorry, Master.
Now, the guide to Avidya Forest's edible fungi is clearly posted on our bulletin board. But if Farbode forgets which mushrooms to avoid one more time, I'll have no choice but to leave the guide somewhere a little more visible. Like right smack on his forehead so others can remind him to be careful.
Oh my god.
Right? This is the second time he's come down with food poisoning this month. I'll be sure to give him a good talking to.
Yes, please do. If, on the off chance, Farbode simply enjoys having little imaginary fairies dance before his eyes, then we'll just let him be. But the next time he requires any of our medicine, be sure to charge him accordingly.
Alright.
So, how are you doing? Feeling better?
Oh, this is my master, Forest Watcher Tainari.
No,
He's
Tainari.
chief officer
Okay.
over all the rangers here in Gandharvaville.
I already informed
Gandharvaville.
Paimon about the reason you fell unconscious earlier. But now that you're awake, let me explain it for you as well. It is common practice for Sumeru scholars of certain darshans to dedicate themselves to training
Darshans.
and meditation in isolated areas, particularly the nearby forests. While meditating, they use a certain incense known as spirit borneol to help calm their minds as they enter a state of deep rumination. In hopes of asking directions, you two followed a scholar named Hypatia into her cave. The incense you smelled inside was the spirit borneol I just mentioned. That incense typically has no effect on most people, but for a very select few, it can have profound effects on one's cognition, as you experienced firsthand. Does that make sense? Very good. Now, answer me this. Did you feel anything after passing out? Say, any out-of-body experiences? Or did you see anything while unconscious?
Oh, okay. I thought I was gonna answer it in the text box here, but okay.
Kale, let the others know to stop bringing their patrol logs here for now.
Huh? Why?
Because these two will be staying here for the next few days. They can have my room and I'll bunk with Amir. Now get a move on and be sure to do as I've said.
Yes, Master Tainari.
Bye-bye.
Wait, hold on a second. Can you tell us what's going on?
Sure, let me fill you in. I originally planned to send you on your way once you finished your medicine. However, it appears now that you should stay a while longer in Gandharvaville for further observation while you recuperate.
Further
Recuperate.
observation?
No need to be hasty. As long as you have the capacity to judge between right and wrong, I promise that you'll understand the gravity of the situation once I explain everything to you. Based on what you saw after smelling the incense and losing consciousness, we can conclude that you experienced a powerful hallucination, which suggests your mental state is not in the best of shape.
I mean, she's been on 3 regions already. Fought a Watcher of Mondstadt. Fought 2 gods in Inazuma, in Liyue. Fought a god in Inazuma, and did all sorts of stuff in between. And you're telling me that now her mental state is not in the best shape?
If you're skeptical, have a whiff of this.
Whoa.
Whoa, are you okay?
You're experiencing a similar sensation as when you passed out, aren't you? So even though your condition is stable as of now, if I were to haphazardly let you leave, it's highly likely that you'd suddenly pass out again somewhere else. The rainforest is home to many fierce animals and hazardous areas. If something were to happen to you again, I'm afraid you might not be so lucky.
Well, we were right at the entrance of Sumeru, so that's why we were lucky.
For now, I suggest you continue taking your medicine each day and avoid wandering off on your own. At least until you stop having adverse reactions to this kind of smell, okay?
Works for me. I mean, that's actually the
Now
first time.
continue resting while I fire up another bowl of medicine for you.
Had to do something like this, and like being quarantined in a way.
Seriously? We just arrived in Sumeru and we're already having problems left and right!
Sumeru. I'm sorry. I keep saying Sumeru. Like Sumeru. It's Sumeru. Man, I'm bad. Anyway, I mean, you enter Leeway, you already had issues because it was Rex Lapis. You were accused of killing Rex Lapis. You entered here illegally and you have a quote-unquote vision. And literally Mondstadt is the only region you've been through where you haven't done anything illegal apart from wind gliding.
Paimon knows we're set on meeting Lesser Lord Kusanali as soon as possible, but you really don't look too good. It'd probably be best to let you recover first.
Right. So the thing is like we're always trying to find Rex. We try to find Venti or like the gods. So we found Venti. They didn't know anything. Try to find Lex Lapis. He died. We saw him again in Zhongli. Nothing. We went to A. I had to fix her own stuff. That took a while. Nothing. Now we gotta find Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Hey!
We'll see.
Are you even listening to Paimon? Paimon's over here worrying about you, you know.
Again, more facial expressions. This is probably done after the chasm. And they started doing more updates.
You mean
to
how
the
you're feeling now?
facial patterns.
You mean the vision of tree roots and red skies you saw? But if those weren't hallucinations, what could they be?
No, I don't think it went that far back. There were cubes and stuff. The Canria visions were made with blocks. The vision we just saw was like more greeny, like what we see here.
Well, considering how unique you are, Paimon trusts your
Unique you are.
judgment here. But why didn't you say anything about it to Tainari? If he misjudged your condition, then there's a chance you could get worse, right? Huh? You mean that Tainari already knows that what you saw weren't hallucinations? But if that's the case, why would he try to hide that from us?
Because like always as we enter a region, they don't know who we are.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. That explains why you were so quiet earlier. Well, that settles it then. We'll stay here to rest up and figure out what's going on with your hallucinations. But it seems like asking Tainari might not be an option anymore. What do you think we should do? Good idea. Kale's pretty friendly. We can ask her tomorrow about what she knows regarding the Dendro Archon and customs in Sumeru.
That's not a bad idea, actually. You get a night's rest. I need to turn up my graphic settings because I keep forgetting it resets every time I
Rise
open
and
the game.
shine! Come on!
Give me a second, Paimon. Okay. Oh. My god, game, what's going on? Can I move, please? Thank you. You're following me. Oh,
All right, next let's see right hand. Yes, not bad. But please remember that you still need to be careful. Understand?
Yes, I will. By the way, Master, I still haven't received the patrol route for today.
Look, Kale, today's patrol will be a long one, so you won't be coming along this time. Besides, there's a chance we may encounter... well, you understand.
But I have a vision too! Am I useless to everyone now?
The fact that it didn't bring her on an expedition and she has a vision and probably the rest of the rangers don't even have one is...
Don't talk like that, Kale. This is not something you need to be worrying about right now. Ah, there you are. Feeling any better?
Maybe. Text? Okay.
Yeah, since we'll be staying here for now, we thought we might as well try lending a hand around here.
Again, it's not that they don't trust us. They just think we're like an ordinary person. Really don't know who we actually are.
Seems you're not the type to sit back and take it easy for a while, huh?
See, what did I say?
In that case, perhaps Kale could take you two for a patrol south of Gandharvaville for the day. And if you're feeling up to it, you can be responsible for cleaning the Statue of the Seven.
That's a thing we have to do here?
Tenari, we're ready to head out.
Hello, Amir.
Roger, I'll be right there. All right, we'll be heading into the forest now. I'll leave any further details to Kale.
The thing is, like, I'm seeing that in playable characters, they don't have a title. So they're only like their name appears.
Yes, you can count on me.
So, Kale, what exactly are we going to be doing today? Tainari mentioned cleaning the statue just now, but, that doesn't really sound like the job for a ranger.
The funny thing is that I knew what the rangers were before I started this quest. I was still in the Inazuma quest when I entered
Well, a
Sumeru.
forest ranger's responsibilities can be pretty diverse. They handle a variety of tasks, like checking the condition of outlying roads, maintaining forest facilities, ensuring fire prevention standards are met, and providing assistance to travelers and locals.
You have a fire prevention system? What?
As for Master, well, he has to handle more dangerous areas of the rainforest.
Like the deep forest and like the outskirts.
Today
where
we
the-
can
the
perform
withering
routine checks
zones
on the
are.
pathway lamps as we make our way to the Statue of the Seven.
There's lamps?
Paimon, traveler, this way! You can leave the task of checking the lamps to me. In the meantime, you two can keep an eye out for anything unusual.
Works for me.
I'm dead on my feet. I think
Nothing wrong with these two lamps. Let's move to the next ones.
These two lamps. Oh, just... okay. Oh,
Oh, this lamp seems to be getting a little wobbly. Let me make a note of it.
uh-oh, you're not gonna repair it? Okay.
No problems with this lamp. Good.
The Statue of the Seven. I have to climb this shit. Oh, I didn't climb it the first time. I just did to click that. Oh,
The Statue of the Seven is up on top of that large rock formation. You must have seen it when you came down this road before. It's pretty high up there, isn't it? Don't worry. If you're afraid you can't make it up there, I'm sure Master wouldn't mind if you don't clean the statue.
don't worry, I'm a terrific climber.
Oh? I guess I'll leave it up to you then. There's not much footing once you reach the statue, so be careful up there.
Paimon will fly up with you and help you with those hard-to-reach areas. By the way, Kale, do you know anything about the Dendro Archon? You know, what's she like?
That depends. Are you referring to Greater Lord Rukudavata or Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Rekutahadeva. Oh my god. I'm not even gonna try.
Huh? Greater Lord Rukudavata?
Rukudavata.
Oh, is that the name of the former Dendro Archon?
Uh-huh. Greater Lord Rukudavata was Sumeru's first Dendro Archon. She created the rainforest as well as the wall of Samiel around the desert. Her works provided a means of peaceful living for everyone.
The Wall of Samuel. I've never heard of that.
To the people of Sumeru, she's not only a symbol of wisdom, but also of power and kindness. Unfortunately, she disappeared in a great calamity that occurred a few hundred years ago.
Exactly what happened to Raiden Makoto.
According to what Master has told me, The sages later found the newly born Dendro Archon and whisked her back to Sumeru.
Whisker.
To celebrate the reinstatement of their lost deity, the sages dubbed her Lesser Lord Kusanali and let her reside in the sanctuary of Sarastana.
Sarustana. Oh my god.
Uh-huh. Then what happened?
Well, and then... I'm not too sure what happened, to be honest.
Huh? You're not too sure? But aren't you from Sumeru?
I mean, not everyone knows what happened. I mean, people thought Rex Lapis was dead, and people still think that.
Yeah, I'm from Sumeru.
Same thing with, especially in Mondstadt even, because Mondstadt, their god is literally hidden between them. They didn't even know that the Dendro Archon is right in front of their eyes with Venti.
Maybe it's difficult to discuss this topic with strangers. If that's the case, then don't worry, we understand.
No, it's not that. I'm not trying to hide something from you. Besides, I don't consider you two strangers. Anyway, you two know Amber, right?
We were from Mondstadt.
Wait, Amber? You mean...
Amber, the outrider of the Knights of... I mean, the avid glider
Yes,
from
that's
Mondstadt.
her. I once lived in Mondstadt for a while, and she helped me a lot during that time. You could even say that she helped me become a new person.
A friend of mine reads the mangas, and apparently, from what I know, there is the backstory of Kale, and it does have Amber in it. And yeah, she was way different back then before she met Amber.
There's no one like Amber. She lives life to the fullest while always adhering to her strong sense of justice. She's ready to answer the call for action at any moment, but is also very understanding of others. She's like the spark that lights the fire in everyone's heart around her. If you ask me, she's a prime example of a true outrider. She's the first person anyone coming to Mondstadt will meet. You can't help but be enthralled by her charm and enthusiasm, causing you to fall in love with the lands of Mondstadt and...
Stop glitching.
Paimon
Sorry.
thought the work of Outriders was a little different from what you just described, but one thing's for sure. You really like Amber.
Of course.
Sorry. I was rambling on just now. It must have sounded kind of weird.
It's alright, Kale. Knowing that you're a friend of Amber somehow makes Paimon suddenly feel a lot closer to you. So, how do you know that we've met Amber?
Well, after I returned to Sumeru, Amber and I have stayed in touch by writing each other letters. In one letter, she mentioned that Mondstadt was attacked by a fearsome dragon, but the city was saved by a mysterious blonde traveler and their floating companion.
Did you not get their names?
I knew you two were the
Amber.
ones she mentioned in the letter the moment I saw you. But, considering everything you've been through that day, I thought it'd be inappropriate to bring it up.
So she only knows about Mondstadt, but she didn't know about Inazuma and Liyue.
Ah, so that's how you knew.
Yep, so please know that you two have my complete trust. Really. I wish I could tell you more about the Dendro Archon, but I have been away from Sumeru for some time, and I haven't read any books. Sorry.
That's alright. You've already helped us a lot. We had never even heard of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or the Sanctuary of Surasthana until you mentioned them.
Surastana and Rukkhadevata.
I'm happy that was helpful. There is one thing I want to ask, though. Why do you two want to know about the Dendro Archon?
You explained the purpose of your journey to Kale, finally.
So that's why you're here. Thank you for telling me your story.
Don't mention it. We are friends after all, right?
Yes.
Alright, we have a statue to clean.
You both have my thanks. While you two are up there cleaning, I'll go ahead and inspect the forest canopy. Let's meet back here shortly.
There's a forest canopy. Where?
Huh. Now that Paimon looks at it, the deity that's carved on the statue is kinda small.
The deity.
Do you think she's supposed to be Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Lesser Lord.
The name does seem to fit the statue somehow.
Again, Dendro. What's the Sumeru? God, Sumeru is one of the youngest regions in the whole
Well,
entire
anyway, we'll have to
in
figure
all
it
of
out
Tibet.
later. Let's get started on cleaning the statue. Paimon will fly up and take care of the top, and you clean everything below.
Also, I'm noticing that the statue of the Seven has a lot of cracks in this one. I didn't think I see that in Mondstadt or in Leeway. Maybe I'm missing it.
Nice work. That's one clean statue. Let's head down and meet up with Kale.
I don't know why I'm so curious about this. I should be just be continuing, but I'm genuinely curious. Ah, see? This one actually looks different. Look at all the gold around it and stuff. Now, granted, this could be due to the location. This is the first statue we meet when we enter Leeway. The exact same story. There's Lex Lapis. Dude, I don't know why this is being so bad right now. This is the first one we meet when we enter this place. Inazuma. So this is a little bit broken. Actually, it looks similar to what we see today. We see in Sumeru. Weird. Maybe it's because they wanted to change the design of the statues, or is it because of the location? This is in the middle of nowhere. Let's just go to Venonara, where it's still in the middle of nowhere, but it's at least where the little ones are. It looks the same to me. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just like a design choice that Mondstadt and Leeway would be nicely maintained. Meanwhile, in Inazuma and here in Sumeru, they would be like that. Interesting.
Kale, we're back.
She was sitting. Oh, time skipped.
Welcome back! You must be tired after all that climbing. Let's take a little break. I brought some fruit and water for us.
Yay, food! What kind of goodies did you bring? Hey, don't be a party pooper. It's not like Kale is a stranger or anything. Besides, the best way to compliment a chef is to show passion for their food. Xiangling taught Paimon that.
Shangling.
I prepared a nice portable dish that forest rangers like to eat called pita pockets. I hope you'll like them.
Pita pockets.
Whoops!
No way.
No, you dropped it on the ground.
Wrapped a few layers of oiled paper around each pita. They should be fine.
Oh, whew. Paimon nearly had a heart attack there.
Pitas.
Those pitas are amazing! You're quite the cook, Kale. Thank goodness you wrapped them in paper. Paimon wouldn't have been able to sleep at night knowing something so tasty had been wasted.
You really know how to compliment the chef, Paimon. Since you liked it so much, I'll be sure to give you a copy of the recipe sometime. I'll even include all my personal cooking pointers, so you'll be making your own pita pockets in no...
Nice.
Yay! Thanks, Kale! It's hard to believe someone as diligent as you could have clumsy moments, too.
She's so short. She doesn't even reach the ground.
Oh, I guess it happens from time to time.
So, Kale, don't you think that
Are we the same
Tighnari
height?
is a little too strict with you? He won't let touch anything without his permission. Paimon knocks stuff over all the time flying around the Traveler, but she's never said anything. Everyone has their clumsy moments.
No, you've got the wrong idea about Master. Sure, he may seem a bit harsh at first, but with some time, you'll actually very kind-hearted.
Bro, can this game stop
I've
lagging?
heard
It's
the
never
veteran
lagged
rangers
this
say that
bad
Master is
when I
from
was
some
playing
ancient and
yesterday.
mysterious race
Or
that
2
is
days
known
ago,
for their
sorry.
cunning wit and reclusive nature. Oh, by the way, you've heard of the Academia, right? Well, there's a group called, something? Well, anyway, because Master does a lot of research on
Oh, never mind,
plants,
they're the same height.
sages from the Academia have written him many times, inviting him to take up an official position there. But Master declines their offers every time, saying, Sumeru City is too noisy. It'd be bad for my ears. I know, right? I've always wanted to pet them too. Anyway, Master could have easily to take up a position at the Academia, but he chose to stay here instead as a forest watcher, helping the locals every day and passing on his knowledge to trainees. In fact, Master's the one who taught me how to make pita pockets.
Really? Paimon would have never guessed that. Oh, speaking of Tainari, he was the one who took care of you after finding you passed out yesterday. He even carried you all the way here. Paimon's still kinda upset, though. He kept scolding Paimon the entire way here.
What did she even do?
Oh no, I'm sorry. Master might have been overreacting a little. But it's mostly because Paimon wouldn't stop yelling, Why, oh why? Is she going to die? It probably started to get under Master's skin after a while.
Don't laugh! Paimon was genuinely concerned about you. Hey! Now even Kale's starting to laugh. Ugh, that's it! Paimon won't forget this! It's time for some Paimonial wrath!
Paimonial wrath? What does that even mean? Oh.
No! Don't touch me!
Oh. Ah! This goes back to that backstory.
Oh, sorry, Kale. Paimon didn't mean to scare you.
No, I just... I didn't mean that.
Yeah, that goes back to her past. I haven't read the entire manga, but I did read some snippets of the actual of like her backstory. There's a dedicated chapter to this, and if you read it, this will make a little bit more sense to you. Right now, I haven't read it just yet, but I will soon because of this.
Kale, are you okay? What's the matter?
Just her past.
No, I'm fine. I'm sorry. I must have startled you both reacting like that.
I need to listen to like the Japanese versions, see how she screamed. Japanese version voice actors really do put a lot of emphasis on their
Oh,
talking.
well, it's getting late now.
I'm not saying the English is
Let's
bad.
hurry back to Gandharville. I think Master and the others should be back by now, too.
Huh? What was up with Kale just now? And why is she in such a hurry all of a sudden?
Whoa, that's very far.
Look, she's practically running back. Paimon can't even see her now.
I think the quest ends here? No, it doesn't. But for her to not be touched by anyone, that's some major trauma.
Traveler, you've returned.
Yep, we're back. Have you seen Kale by any chance?
Oh, Kale? Yes, I saw her go into her room just a moment ago.
Oh, okay. Guess we'll just have to wait and talk to her tomorrow then.
I'm gonna go back all the way up here to the center of the city. All right. My there. The event hasn't ended yet, so it's not on my travel log yet, so I cannot change the languages and go back to the cutscene.
Paimon was thinking all night about what happened with Kale, and still can't figure out what the problem might be.
There's
Maybe
Sumeru.
she's in a better mood.
I'm sorry, Paimon, I had to cut you off.
Ah, it's you two. I was just about to go look for you.
Huh? Tainari? What are you doing here? Where's Kale?
I came to check on Kale's condition. To put it simply, she's not well.
Makes sense.
You mean she's sick? How could she be?
No need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm her. This sickness is something that Kale has been dealing with for some time. Kale has been more excited than usual since you two arrived. A little too much so, to be honest. She hasn't remembered to take care of herself. I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around anyone she considered a friend for some time now. It must have been refreshing for her to have you two here.
Alright.
So, Tainari, what's really wrong with Kale?
Let's take this conversation elsewhere. Kale just fell asleep after taking her medicine. She needs some peace and quiet.
Are we moving? Yeah, we are moving. Where are we going? I jumped. Going down. Ah! Okay, what's wrong with Kale now? Let's see.
All right, let's continue our conversation here, shall we? To be honest, I hadn't realized that you're that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Kale told me just now. I've also heard all about your deeds in Liyue and Inazuma.
Let's go.
So, just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Kale is not because of who you are or your past feats. Instead, I am going to tell you because, well, because Kale asked me to.
Ah.
And honestly speaking, I was against Kale revealing her past to you. But she insisted, saying you two treated her with sincerity and as a friend. So now she wishes to reciprocate the gesture.
So, Tainari, what exactly is wrong with Kale? You said this is something she's been dealing with for some time.
Right.
Oh.
Ever since she was a child, she's been afflicted with a disease called Elazar.
Elazar.
Elazar?
Yes, it's a disease unique to the lands of Sumeru. It is characterized by dark and hardened scales that form on the body.
Whoa. That's...
The afflicted may only feel mild numbness on the affected area of the skin. However, as the disease progresses, one may begin feeling fatigued and even experience peripheral paresthesia.
I don't know what that is. I don't... And my phone is charging, so I cannot even look it up.
In its final stages, the disease strips a person of the ability to control their own body, and they effectively become completely immobile.
Oh.
That sounds terrifying.
That is terrible. It sounds like what happened with the God of Salt, in a way. The thing was, is if you, as it has happened in the one of the interlude chapters of, not interlude, it happened in the Zhongli chapter, with the God of Salt and whatever, and like, the God of Salt died, and in her death, dispersed salt everywhere, and the people turned to statues of salt.
Wait, hold on. So when Kale seemed to be acting a little clumsy earlier, it was because...
Correct. That would be the effects of Elazar, which is precisely why I do not want her carrying or holding anything, lest she ends up hurting herself. With appropriate treatment, the disease can be effectively controlled before it progresses to a more serious stage. However, there is unfortunately still no true cure for Elazar. Nevertheless, Kale's mother still hoped there was something out there. She handed Kale over to an organization known as the Fatui after one lied and said they had a cure.
Ah, that's a bad start right there. Okay. That explains everything.
What? The Fatui?
Ah, it appears you are already familiar with them. That'll save me some explanation. Anyway,
Right.
the person who eventually rescued Kale and brought her to me for care said that she had been given to a harbinger known as the Doctor.
Isn't that who I think that is? Isn't that not Sucrose? I know his name is on the news thing, and there's a new Archon quest, Act 5. Harbinger. Is it the same one or is it different?
I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it, but her case of Elazar was completely stable for all the years that Kale was with them. However, Kale's days with the Fatui were anything but pleasant.
Again, if we want to know more info about this, we need to read the manga.
Kale is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful, but her experience with the Fatui has left deep scars. Even now, she can still feel deathly afraid of someone touching her.
Makes sense.
Oh, Paimon had no idea Kale's been through so much suffering.
Oh, by the way, Paimon, Kale wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday. She also wanted both of you to know that she's sorry for hiding her illness.
It makes sense. I mean, you don't want to reveal that to like literally anybody. And talking about your past, especially traumatic as that, is pretty bad.
She
Pretty
doesn't
harsh.
need to apologize. None of this is her fault at all.
But the fact that the Fatui had her, the fact that the Fatui had her, and the Harbinger known as a doctor, again, that might have been in one of the release trailers. There was a release trailer for, not for Snezhnaya specifically, but more just about like what the Fatui are, and like but I don't think the new enemy is called the Doctor per se. I forget his name. I'll look it up later.
Well said. I hope you'll get a chance to tell her that in person the next time you see her. Kale once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships. I trust that you two will never let my trainee experience such emotional pain again.
Never.
Don't worry, Tainari. We'll take good care of her.
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself the last couple of days, which is what led to her breakdown this time. As long as she has taken her medicine and gets plenty of rest, she'll get better. Though, I must admit that Kale's condition was much more stable when she first arrived here in Gandharvaville.
Makes sense. It's a progressive illness. So that means that the Fatui, whatever they're doing, healed Kale, but probably in the most painful way possible for her to have experienced have a traumatizing experience.
She was interested in the work of the forest rangers the moment she saw us. I could see that she was serious about learning, so I felt compelled to ask her to join us. Her stamina has gotten much worse recently. Though a moderate amount of physical exercise is always necessary, I'm afraid the long-distance patrols are a little too much for her now. All right, now that I've told you about Kale's past, I think I'll head into the rainforest to find some ingredients needed for her medicine. I'll see you two later.
Now we can go along with him since now he knows who we are.
Yeah, we'd like to do something to help Kale too.
All right, but I must warn you two. The rainforest is a dangerous place, especially for someone who's still recovering like the Traveler. You must follow closely and listen to every instruction.
No problemo.
Let's go then. We'll be looking for a plant known as Nilotpala lotus. It's often used to help those afflicted with Elazar recover their energy.
Nice.
Hey, Tainari, where exactly are we going to find this plant?
Nilotpala lotuses can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
You are correct. Nilotpala lotus grows in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species, if you ask me. The large petals are actually the plant's leaves and sepals, which surround a very small flower. You should note that many of the plants found in Sumeru have names contrary to their species. Take the Kalpalata, for example. The plant is not a lotus at all, but rather a vine. And then there's the Sumeru rose, which is not a rose, completely contrary to its name.
Oh, okay then. Note to Paimon, never bring up the topic of flowers with Tainari.
That's funny. Anyway, now I can look back at the travel logs since that one's finished. I'm not expecting anything different. I'm just expecting her to scream more loud, more with more oomph.
鳥なすにしてやるぜ私に触んな No! Don't touch me!
Oh,
俺、その
that's worse. Yeah, it's definitely that fear angry type of scream. Oh my
I
god.
created another.
I've never experienced this lag ever with GeForce, and I'm very concerned. And the audio just goes. That's not a thing with the recording. Like, I am recording, but the GeForce is doing all the actual powerhouse. The only thing the computer's doing is sending the signals from my keyboard to the server. And what am I doing? Oh, there's no teleported. Oh, yes, there is. Anyway, I'm nearby anyway. I don't want to fight you right now, please. Wrong character.
There should be Nilotpala lotuses growing somewhere in this area. Let's split up and begin searching. If you
Okay.
could manage to gather 4 of them, that would be sufficient. We'll rendezvous here once you've gathered the needed amount.
Sounds good to me. So they're here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Alright, we've gathered enough new and Polo lotuses. Let's head back to meet Tainari.
Okay.
Hey Tainari, we found the lotuses you requested.
Let me take a look. Good, very good. These are all excellent quality. I'm quite glad you two came along. Your exploration experience helped save me a lot of time here. It seems we even have enough time to stock up on some other things I need.
Hey, Tainari!
Oh, Amir. Hello.
Oh,
What's up?
Tainari, someone's calling your name.
Ah yes, that's Amir and the others. But didn't they just set off not too long ago? What are they doing back so early?
Why do I have a feeling that has to do with Kali?
Let's go find out what's going on.
If you send them out on a mission and they're back, that means they have an emergency.
Tainari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at Gandharvaville.
What's going on?
We just discovered a withering zone.
Ah, this.
The Withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been already clear just a week ago. It reappeared so quickly. Can you tell me the exact location?
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire narrow part of the valley area, so we decided to come find you as quickly as possible.
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry, I couldn't get a clear enough view to tell.
Good. That thing kills you.
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be spreading. So we didn't risk getting any closer.
Okay, I understand. You made the right decision. I'll go deal with it right away. In the meantime...
Wait, Tainari, why don't you let us help you?
You two have only just arrived in Sumeru. You're still unfamiliar with many things in these lands. There's a unique type of anomaly that occurs in the Sumeru rainforest. It's called the Withering.
I know what the Withering is now because again, I played a quest that was actually a world quest, and it was with the little fairy fungi thingies. I forgot. The Anamara or something like that. So it talked about the Withering like you already knew it. So I think you were supposed to finish Act 2 by the time you did the world quest.
The affected areas not only cause nearby vegetation to wither, but it's also lethal to wildlife and even people. If you don't carry a vision, then you should think twice before approaching such places.
We have a vision.
Yes, Amir is absolutely right. I wasn't kidding when I said the rainforest is a dangerous place. As Amir said, only someone with a vision, that is, the power to manipulate elements, will be able to resist the withering's corrosive effects for a time.
We have a vision.
That's right. If any of the forest rangers without a vision come across a withering zone, we first make a record of the location and then have a ranger with the proper abilities deal with it, like Tainari here.
Or call it.
Only someone with a vision can venture within a withering zone and find a way to deal with it. But you don't seem to carry a vision.
Don't worry, she may not have a vision, but she's a real pro at using the power of the elements. Don't sweat it. We've helped others deal with similar situations before.
Wait, you've met other forest rangers before? I was planning to properly show you both how to identify the withering before you left Gandharvaville.
Oh wait, we were supposed to do the world quest before we got to this Archon quest.
Anyway, since you two are experienced adventurers, come with me. I'm sure you'll both be able to help.
I'm confused. Well, where is it? Okay, I see it's dead around here, but I don't see the actual flower.
Hey,
Oh,
look!
there
That
it is.
gloomy area over there looks like a withering zone.
And you can hear the soundtrack.
Even though Paimon's seen one before, it's still kinda scary.
All right, traveler. We're about to enter the withering zone. Since you already have experience dealing with these things, you should already know what to do. But please remember, don't push yourself. If at any point it becomes too much, return outside the zone and take a breather. It could become a matter of life and death. You ready then? Let's go.
I don't think I'm gonna have Tainari as a trial character. I might just be with my own characters.
First, we must locate any branches sustaining the withering zone.
Yeah, we know how to clear this. Wrong butt. I forgot I'm not official. Whoops. Oh. Oh! I couldn't sprint there.
Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll need to take care of the tumor.
Right. Hello.
By royal
Oh my god. 2.
barely a scratch. Decided by destiny.
Okay, we got the tumor. And we didn't.
Stabilize!
Audio.
Now, destroy the tumor of the withering.
Up, there we go. It's all good.
Did it! Everything's returning to normal now.
Yes, thanks to you two. We were able to quickly restore this area back to normal.
Tainari? You make it sound like we did well, but
It's that obvious, huh? Alright, it's like this. Recently, the rate at which the withering zone appears has been increasing. Even though we were able to quickly clear that withering zone, it won't be long before another one appears.
We still don't know why they appear.
If that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But it's far more severe than that. The withering is leaving lasting effects on the rainforest itself. For instance, even though we cleared out the withering zone, many of the plants that were affected will not recover. This presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants in the rainforest are already in decline, directly impacting the wildlife that depends on those plants.
Then again, the withering zone may be an act of the Lesser Lord Kusanali herself, so we don't know.
And most disturbingly, as the appearances of withering zones have started to increase, Kale's case of Elazar has also become more serious.
It makes sense. It's decaying her own body, which is already with an illness that decays her body.
Huh? Well, why's that?
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, I've received word from acquaintances at the academia that similar cases are being reported for patients with other conditions. No, none that we know of. The withering has been recorded in Sumeru for millennia. It's said that it originates from the depths of the world.
Okay, so yeah, let's look at scenario.
By the way, have you heard of Irminsul before?
No.
Irminsul is a tree located deep beneath the surface. Although it isn't like any tree we know in a biological sense. You can basically think of it as a large tree that grows deep and upwards.
Yep, this is exactly what we saw in the vision.
I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul, spreading and extending from a massive cavern deep underground all the way up to the surface.
Interesting.
Ley lines continually absorb the memories of this world, which are then funneled into Irminsul, allowing it to collect knowledge and wisdom from ancient times to present day.
That's actually kind of cool. So the ley lines and these things work together.
The Dendro Archon is known as the God of Wisdom because her consciousness is directly connected to it. It is also said that the Dendro Archon's power is Irminsul. And as for the withering, its emergence is related to a disease that's affecting it. That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Rukadevata's familiars a long time ago.
Familiars?
But even those mysterious creatures did not know of a cure for Irminsul. I'm afraid we rangers will be battling the withering zones here for a long time until a cure is found. Alright, that's enough on this topic for the time being. Now that we've taken care of things here, it's time for us to head back to Gandharvaville.
Alright. So yeah, it may be tied to the Dendro Archon herself, which who knows, she might be sick, she might be terrified. We're gonna have to solve the Archon's problems again, as always. In any case, I'm finally glad that I'm able to start this new
Oh, Tainari, you all made it
region
back.
already.
How did it go?
The withering zone you reported has been taken care of. No need to worry.
Good.
Huh. Wait, is that? Oh no, Hypatia!
Hypatia. Is that the bird? Obviously, but like...
What's wrong, Tainari?
This duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you? She's the scholar you and Paimon were following when you first arrived in Sumeru.
Oh, her? How could we forget? So did something happen?
Let me see what's written in the letter first.
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? Just let Paimon read it.
No.
All Paimon sees are 3 squiggly lines.
Yes, allow me to explain. After we brought you from Hypatia's cave to Gandharvaville, Hypatia resumed her meditation. She must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat, and it appears she's forgotten to prepare some rations. This letter is her asking us for help. We need to go.
What? You mean she's been sitting there for 3 days? Hey, wait, how did you know all that from just a few lines on the paper?
It's called code.
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Last time she drew 5 lines, and by the time we found her... Well, I'd prefer not to remember that. Needless to say, Hypatia's been through worse, but we should still get to her as quickly as possible. I've got some emergency rations set aside for times like these. Paimon, Traveler, could you two bring these to her?
Wait, you want us to bring her the rations? But will the Traveler be okay if her cave is still filled with that funny incense?
Funny instance.
Let's find out. Here, Traveler, take a smell and see. So, how do you feel?
It's a light and refreshing fragrance.
Huh? Really? You're not feeling even a little drowsy? But wait, how'd you know that she'd be okay this time, Tainari.
Back when we were clearing the Withering Zone, I observed that she could adeptly manipulate the Dendro element. I knew then that she would be fine. And if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Irminsul's ley lines, was what I described similar at all to what you saw while you were unconscious? That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all. Though I don't intend to apologize for deceiving you, because what you saw is of significant importance. Not just for the nation of Sumeru, but the entire world of Tevat. My forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. We took an oath to protect this nation together with her. Now that that duty has fallen to me, it was part of my responsibilities to ascertain whether you could be entrusted with the fate of Sumeru. Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, you have earned my confidence, and I no longer feel the need to hide any secrets from you. When you passed out, your consciousness had connected directly with Irminsul. What you witnessed were actually real memories contained within Irminsul itself. I could try to tell you more, but it would be better if you went to ask Hypatia instead. Her focus on meditation and use of Spirit Borneol are aimed at establishing a connection with Irminsul, just as you did.
That sounds nice and all, but will she really help us? Seriously, she completely ignored us the last time we tried talking to her.
I'm pretty sure that's a good explanation.
That was because when you ran into her, she was in a special phase of her training. During that time, she must avoid communicating with others. Please, wait here for a moment. Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for Hypatia, as well as some other ingredients. I'm sure it'll come in handy. Also, here's a letter that I would like you to give to her. Just show it to her and she'll answer any questions you may have. No, I should be the one thanking you. You've both been a great help these last few days.
Nice. Anyway, let's go back to the cave. I don't know why I pressed T on that.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing.
She's fine, just hungry and sleepy. Oh, she's not here.
Hello? Hypatia? Maybe she went out to look for some food. Let's try looking around the area.
Ladder. If I know that sound, that should be the Anamara. Or Anara. Ah, there you are. Oh! Oh. I hear a cloud retainer opening her,
There you are! Hypatia, are you alright?
So hungry.
There's no way we can get her to eat in her current condition. Huh? Wait, why does it look super foggy outside all of a sudden?
whoa!
Huh? How'd things out here end up looking like this? What happened? And where are we? Really? Oh, maybe you're right.
Oh, what nice, we're off the map. Oh boy.
is huge!
What? Oh my god, it's
I knew
puzzle
there's
time.
something off about that cave. Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind.
What the heck? Oh, how nice. We're inside a temple now. That looks like, from Inazuma.
What happened just now? Why'd everything around us suddenly change?
This looks like Inazuma. The heck? Oh. We're back in Sumeru. What the heck? Oh.
Solidify!
What the? Dang, this is so weird. Oh, here we go. Oh, no. What?
Wind, hear me.
This is order. Stabilize.
Oz revealed. Delves into destiny.
Oh my god.
Solidify!
I swear by my sword. Written in the stars.
By royal
What the heck is this? Okay, well here goes nothing again. It's a goal. Oh. I can't move the mouse anymore. The second one. Ow! Why the bloom? Wait, what? Oh. There you are. Oh. We're back in Inazuma style halls.
What in Tibet is going on here? This place is getting weirder by the minute. Hey, what's the matter? You don't look so good.
Yeah, this is Inazuma. And these are from Leeway. Whoa. Okay. Oh. Okay, that's trippy as balls. Now you can hear Inazuma music. Yeah, Inazuma music here. Oh. Why are we traveling between Inazuma and Oh, who are you? Wait, don't tell me you're a boss. Oh. Ah.
Well. Looks like we meet again, traveler.
Why is a herald in every single place we go?
Harold, what are you planning to do in this strange place?
Strange place. Plotting. You needn't worry about such things. They don't concern you.
Great.
Bow before the abyss.
Order guide you. Gather.
I did not mean to climb this, but okay. Ow.
It's a roar.
Stabilize.
Wind, hear me. Shadows of fate.
Gather.
Decided by destiny.
It is futile. The end is nigh.
By royal decree.
I'm literally not damaging him at all.
Stabilize.
There we go. Okay, that took a while.
Huh? Why can't we beat this guy? Oh, Paimon doesn't get it. We faced others like him before. What's wrong this time?
We're not in our best condition right now.
Traveler, though you may have managed to avert countless crises before, your good fortune was bound to end sooner or later. It's time you realize how weak and powerless you really are. Your brother. Oh, pitiful traveler. Are you really so ignorant? Or are you just living in complete denial? His Highness has long since forsaken you. Your meager existence in his eyes is that of an annoying bug, only to be stepped upon. The bonds of love and family which drive you to find your sibling are utterly gone. Your journey is meaningless. But don't you fret now. Today will be your last. Now die!
I'm waiting for Dane's slave to pop out of nowhere. I'm kidding, but like, oh. Fire, pyro, hydro. Anemo. Electro. Dendro. Oh.
What do we do? We haven't seen Hypatia anywhere out here. Oh, there she is! Quick, let's see how she's doing.
So sweet.
Well, the good news is that she's still conscious. Hey, why'd you drop her food on the floor like that? Oh, guess that makes sense. She does look kind of rough at the moment. Anyways, we can talk about this later. We better make sure she's alright first.
Okay, now I'm put up for the spiral.
Whoa, wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying around her. We can put that to good use.
Who's there? Tainari, is that you?
Oh.
Huh?
It's okay. You can relax, Hypatia. Tainari sent us here to bring you some food and water. Here, we have a letter that he asked us to give you.
Okay, there's a lot of waiting
I
on these
see.
quests.
So, you're friends of Tainari. I apologize for all the trouble I've caused you. I'm grateful that you came so quickly to save me. You even brought all this fruit.
Well, actually, we didn't bring the fruit. It was already here when we arrived. We were kind of wondering about that, actually. We found you here. There was all this fruit lying around and even some juice dripping from your lips. How did you end up like this anyway?
Oh, really? I seem to understand now. All the fruit was likely from my, neighbor. Must have come by and saw me like this.
Oh, she knows it was the Animara.
Your neighbor? You mean there's someone else living nearby?
Kind of like a cabbage.
Oh? So you're able to see them too?
Yeah, you're not gonna tell them about the other part.
Wait, hold on a second, Traveler. You say that before we arrived, you saw some mysterious creature and suddenly had a strange dream?
No, I actually do believe what the traveler is saying. I myself had a similar experience once before and ended up scaring my timid little neighbor here. You needn't worry. They mean you no harm. They only dragged you into the dream because they hoped to buy themselves a little time in order to scurry away.
So, Hypatia, just what kind...
I'm not sure what it's called, to be honest. But I do know that they have some sort of deeper connection with the Dendro Archon. I know this because the first time I saw them was also the exact day my consciousness was able to form a connection with Irminsul. Even after I opened my eyes and stopped meditating, my heart was still pounding, and my mind was racing with all the knowledge that I had touched. And at that very moment, I suddenly noticed a small figure at the opening of the cave. In my curiosity, I began to walk over to the creature. They must have already been used to me living in the cave, because they didn't seem to mind me approaching them. They just kept doing whatever they were up to. It wasn't until I crouched down next to them that they suddenly realized that I could see them.
Oh, and then?
Dream.
And then I had a dream. By the time I came to, they were nowhere to be seen. I was convinced they'd never show up again. But sure enough, I saw them nearby a few days later. And they weren't alone.
So
I
again,
feel like they aren't as afraid of me as the first time
is
I
taking
approached
place
them. But I never would have
before
expected them to save me.
the Aranara event per se. Like, we know what withering zones are, but we don't know what the Aranara are.
Yes, no doubt about that. By the way, Tainari mentioned in his letter that you had questions for me regarding Irminsul.
A curious sound. Please eat.
Sorry about that. Sounds like just drinking juice still isn't quite enough for my stomach.
Well, if somebody hadn't dropped the food earlier. Anyway, looks like we'll need to prepare something ourselves. Besides, Paimon's getting hungry too. Let's eat first and talk about Irminsul later. All right, beer up, traveler. Today's menu will feature sweet madame and a radish
Sweet
veggie
madame.
soup. You'll love them, Hypatia.
Sounds good. I've never tried any dishes from other nations before.
Probably shouldn't skip a lot of text, but like at this point, I just want to get this done. Anyway, I need to make some food. Is this fireplace? No. Why is it not activated?
I charge a higher rate to...
Thanks, lag. I couldn't see your animation. I'm now placing click again.
Sure.
All done. Let's use the empty box that Tainari gave us since we already washed it.
You
Oh,
washed
it
it?
smells amazing.
Did I click the right thing? I did.
Are you already finished cooking?
Oh, thank God we don't have to like.
Even though everything you mentioned was in Tainari's letter, it's still hard to believe you were able to connect with Irminsul immediately after smelling Spirit Borneo for the first time. It took me nearly 3 years before I could do
3
so.
years.
And everyone at the academia even lauded me as a genius. You should know that some researchers spend their entire lives without ever successfully connecting with Irminsul as you have.
Of course, we're special.
So why does this incense allow people to connect to Irminsul?
The ingredients used to make Spirit Borneo primarily consist of plants created by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata.
Ah,
These special
okay.
ingredients are conducive to heightening our senses to the Dendro Archon's power.
Well, we control the elements, so try giving that to like someone with a vision, a dendro vision specifically. See how that goes.
Since the root of the Dendro Archon's power lies within Irminsul, we can occasionally tap into her powers to peer into the depths of the earth. Naturally, anyone who can establish a connection with Irminsul in their first ever attempt must be a person of great understanding.
Makes sense. But Paimon's got a question. Why was she sensitive to the smell of those plants for such a long time?
That was primarily due to her body's unique constitution. Stimulated by the incense, she could perceive the Dendro Archon's power and experience the sensory overload. Hence the adverse reaction. Taking in any scent similar to the ingredients of Spirit Borneo would cause adverse effects. Not to worry though. It appears you've already fully recovered. Technically, your body should still be sensitive to the powers of the Dendro Archon. But unless you're using intentional meditation techniques, the scent of Spirit Borneo should no longer trigger such reactions.
Okay.
Well, that's a relief.
I am quite envious of your abilities. Even if it meant suffering from pounding headaches for the rest of my life, I'd consider it worthwhile so long as I could connect with Irminsul at will.
Whoa, you're really serious about this whole thing, aren't you?
I am a researcher after all. As a member of the Ratawe Starshan at the Academia,
Ratawe
my main
Starshan.
area of research is the stars and their connection to the fate of living beings. But there is still so much we don't know, especially regarding the mysteries that lie in the starry skies, which is why I must turn to the
Celestia.
all-knowing Irminsul for answers. If only my perception wasn't so limited. Unfortunately, I cannot guarantee that my every attempt to attune with Irminsul will be successful. I am currently in the stage of training known as Satyavada life. Many researchers in Sumeru have lost their minds while seeking to attune with Irminsul during this stage.
Ouch.
Sages have said that Irminsul contains divine knowledge, and touching such knowledge without the proper preparations and abilities will only lead to one's mind caving in on itself.
Makes sense.
That's why we meditate alone. We need to ensure that our minds will be calm while minimizing the possibility of involving anyone else.
Whoa! So knowledge from Irminsul can be super dangerous.
Of course I do.
Any knowledge of like
Especially during
supreme
nights that are
beings
pitch
can be
black with
very,
no
very
moonlight.
bad.
And dead silent without even the sound of insects. However, I've been feeling better as of late. I don't get as scared anymore knowing that I have a little neighbor living nearby. I believe that being able to see them is a sort of blessing from the Dendro Archon. But what's strangest of all is that they're clearly an envoy of the God of Wisdom herself. And they have the curious power to make people dream.
What's so strange
Maybe
about that?
because...
It doesn't sound so out of place for a divine being, does it?
Maybe because the Dendro Archon's a kid?
Well, it's strange because nearly nobody in Sumeru can ever dream.
Okay, that's just whack.
Huh. Is that true?
Yes, well, to an extent. Only children can dream in Sumeru. Adults, however, never do. The sages say that wisdom implies rationality, but that which occurs in dreams is often neither rational nor logical.
That's true. Aranara.
Yes, if one struggles with anxieties, those emotions could influence their dreams. The fact that the people of Sumeru do not have dreams is seen as a blessing by the sages. They believe that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, the god of wisdom, is keeping us away from the foolish delusions you encounter in your sleep. I was born into a family of scholars in Sumeru City. Ever since I was a child, my parents would always tell me that I'll know I've grown up once I stop dreaming. I studied hard, enrolled as a student in the academia, and went on to become a researcher. Sure enough, I never dreamed again. But then, on the day I scared the little Aranara, I suddenly saw a dream again. It was incredible. Though I don't exactly remember what I saw, I clearly recall the feeling. I suddenly felt like I was a child again.
That must be a nice feeling. Yeah.
Back then, I was foolish and ignorant as any youth would be. But I was free of fear. Maybe dreaming isn't as bad as we've made it out to be. Just be sure not to speak of this if you travel to Sumeru City. They'll look at you as if you've lost your mind.
So, do you have any thoughts about the things she saw when she connected with Irminsul?
Sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any answers as of now. All I can say is that what you saw is a memory contained within Irminsul itself.
A memory?
World forget me. What could that possibly mean?
Whoops.
If only I could ascend past Satyavada life and begin Paripurna life. I might have some more answers for you.
Oh my god, how many lives are there? You've been doing this for 3 years.
If you two are ever in the area again, please be sure to come and see me. There's no need to be thanking me. You two are my saviors. Besides, I'm already looking forward to tasting some more of your cooking.
You can continue chatting before settling down for a good night's rest.
Now that we know
Tanari
her
won't get
Paige
ready,
is
won't
alright,
get worried.
and had the chance to ask her some questions,
Yeah, it's time to head back before we worry. Poor old Kali and Tainari. Whoop. The thing is that when I experience lag, audio doesn't go away. It still stays put. That's why the fact that the audio is cutting out is making me worry.
Think about it, Tainari. Refusing to join is tantamount to burying your head in the sand.
Oh my god.
I understand that you're a forest watcher and that it's your duty to combat the effects of withering zones. But isn't it evident that such work is not a lasting solution to the problem? As Sage Kage clearly stated, your presence and guidance in Sumeru City is pivotal in finding a cure for Irminsul. How could you possibly refuse?
Keep your emotions in check, Gulam. Let's at least listen to Tainari's reason for declining. We're here to invite him to the Academia, not to cause a scene.
Sage Kage, I am truly honored that you came here in person, but I'm afraid I must still decline your invitation. I am merely a forest watcher. How could the great minds of the Haravatat have any need of someone like me?
Well, it turns out that your refusal letter had some implications on your master's reputation. He is a renowned sage of the Immorta, after all. So now I've come here in his stead.
I see. Huh. And I figured that given his temper, he would come here and berate me personally.
Tainari, your master is an integral part of this effort, and now he requires your assistance.
And what exactly does my master need of me, Sage Kage?
You'll know once you've arrived in Sumeru City, that is.
And how long will I be required to stay?
There's no definite answer as of now.
Do you mean to tell me that despite coming all the way here to Gandharvaville, you still can't answer the questions I laid out in the letter to my master? If that's the case, then I'm afraid I cannot give you a definite answer either.
Tainari, but you...
So be it. Come, Gulam, we're leaving.
Tainari, what was that all about?
It's nothing. Some people from the academia wanted me to go to Sumeru City to assist them with a project, but I had to refuse on account of all my responsibilities here. But all that can wait. How did things go with Hypatia?
It was quite the eventful trip, but the main thing is that she's safe and sound. She answered a bunch of questions for us, too.
Very good. Now that the traveler has made a full recovery, there shouldn't be any reason for you to tarry here longer. I assume you will be heading to Sumeru City, correct?
That's right. We want to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali and ask her for advice. Do you have any idea on how we can find her?
Sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any advice for you there.
Well, do you at least know anyone we can try asking in Sumeru City?
His master, I guess.
Let me think. My trips to Sumeru City have been fairly short, and most of my acquaintances are researchers.
I like Tainari's voice actor in English. It's so good.
How about this? I'll write you a letter of introduction that you can give to a researcher I know. He's from the Immorta Darshan and is adept at gathering information. Asking him might prove worthwhile. Also, when you enter Sumeru City, you'll probably end up receiving something like this item here. I'm not sure if it will ever come in handy for you, but maybe you can give it a try.
Oh? What is it?
It's called an Akasha Terminal. It's a tool produced by the Academia that utilizes the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. Some say that this very item is the basis of Sumeru's reputation as the City of Wisdom. Needless to say, this device and its usage fall under the Academia's expertise, so I'll leave it to them to show you how to use it.
Great! Next up, Sumeru City! That's right! Tainari, we have something important to say to Kale before we leave. Is she doing better now?
Yes, she's doing much better. After being confined to her bed all this time, I thought a little walk would do her some good. Last I saw her, she was taking the path towards the North Crossing. She knew you two would be leaving soon, so she must have wanted to see you off.
Thanks, Tainari. All right, let's go!
Farewell, and good luck to you both.
Nice. This might be the last thing, and then Act 1 is over. Oh, whoa, I almost fell.
I've been waiting for you two. Never mind. I guess I should just wish you two a safe and successful journey.
Thanks for waiting here just to see us off, Kale. We're headed to Sumeru City.
Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself. My condition won't be getting in the way of my duties. I want to be a forest ranger after all. It's up to me and the others to protect the rainforest here. And,
Right.
well, I'm sorry. I should have told you both about my condition when we first met. I just wanted you two to treat me as a normal friend. Not some girl that needs your sympathy. But I guess now I understand that the most important thing is for friends to be genuine with one another.
There's no need to apologize, Kale. We should be thanking you for trusting us enough to be your friends and sharing your past with us. We're probably still gonna worry about your condition, but that's because we're friends and we care about you.
Thank you. That means a lot. Before you leave, I have something for you.
The recipe?
Oh? What is it?
It's my recipe for pita pockets.
Hey.
I told you that I'd give you a copy, remember? My handwriting is a little, messy, so please don't laugh.
Yay! Thanks, Kale. Now we can eat those scrumptious little pitas whenever and wherever we like.
I hope that whenever you eat them, you'll both remember your time here in Gandharvaville. Well then,
Of course we will.
I, Trainee Forest Ranger Kale, bid you both farewell. Please visit Gandharvaville again. The Rangers will always be ready to assist you here.
Nice. And that's not it. What the heck? Wait, can I still talk to her? I can.
I hope you have a safe trip to Sumeru City and get to meet the Dendro Archon there. I'm much better now. I'll be back on patrol again starting tomorrow. Even though I'm not quite ready to help Master clear the Withering Zones yet, there is still plenty of other tasks for me to handle. Oh, and Traveler, if you ever see Amber again during your travels, please don't mention my illness to her. Hope Amber knows about my case of Elazar and what's happened in my past. But I haven't told her about my condition getting worse. I guess I just don't want her to worry about me. If the need arises, I'll tell her about it myself.
All right, we understand, Kale.
I hope you have a safe trip to Sumeru City and get to meet. See you later. Be sure to come back often.
Wait. Now, her friendship isn't that high because I didn't use Amber that much. But I don't think there's an about Jean, help, about Kanya, about Lisa, about Bennett, Klee, Albeda, Noel. Yeah, there isn't about Kali. And I need to complete a what? She should be level friendship 4, so that's gonna be an issue. And then Kali's right here. You got it for free in the one of the events.
Amber's mentioned you before in her letters. I can't believe... I wandered the wilderness. You want to know more about me? If you mean... In response to the... homogenization of crop species, taken import measures, avoid long-term consumption of fungal foods. What is the point of all this? They're literally saying, I don't want to eat mushrooms, but because they're from the academia, they have to make it sound all complicated.
Nice.
It's delicious! With skills like this, I bet you never go hungry when you're out in the wilderness, huh? Sorry, Master says I'm not supposed to eat anything that looks,
Something to
suspicious.
share. About Lesser Narcosanali, about Casino, Kevia, Nilau, Amber, Kaya, Lisa Official. More about Kali, and this unlocks as the friendship levels go by. And of course, there is the storylines, which unlock as I go by, which I won't go too deep in about because this required me to get friendship levels, which, I mean, it took me so long to even get these guys to level 9. Pretty much got the entire story official here, and almost all of her voice lines. I'm missing one, which is the last thing about Bob. Anyway. So, where are we going to then? To this... Yeah, we're going to the border of Sumeru City.